Welcome back to Railroads Online. I'm Rever, and we have set up a 12 train lumber car. So I also put a water tower here, and I realized too that there is no lumber or firewood, I mean, really, on the whole trail all the way up there. So we're going to have to correct that somehow here. I'm not sure what the best way to do it is, but we'll have to figure out a place as we go along. We should have plenty to go up there and back. Really have almost a full locomotive there, 80% full at least. So what I've done is I've taken 4 cars, filled them with lumber, and then we need 2 of these, so we have 8 cars filled with beams. And I also figured out another way. I'll show you at some point, maybe when we come back and do the other side. I decided to put, like, I've been struggling with the grass. And in this particular case, this track is lifted up, so it was really no big deal to come along and put some stone in here, and then my markers are up out of the dirt. So I pulled up to the very last car that I would want to fill up with the logs, or I mean the beams, and then I put my markers all the way along here for where to stop. That one, I guess I could have put that one a little bit more in line. But I like the idea of it. It definitely makes them visible, and it was very easy to load this thing up, even though it was quite long. All right, so let's get heading up there. I need to put a little bit more wood in here. And again, I always throw 5 in. I think it's something a lot of people struggle with at first. Then we don't have any. I just put water in it. No fuel, so that means we can go with a whole another 5, and that should take us close to 50. We'll be 40 some because we hesitated a minute there. See that? 48. Oh, and you know what I didn't do, which wasn't real smart? I didn't check my signaling because I went up and bought those new cars. So, yeah, no, that one's good. That one's good. Yeah, those 2 in the distance look good. And I think I remember setting that other one up, like, as I was doing the backing up. So we'll take our chances and go out slow. Now, there's another big project that I want to do on our way. Because I'm pretty sure, I got a comment at one point, and I'm pretty sure that comment was right, because I lost my rail cars again. I lost all but the one. Like, oops, we got the wrong gear. All right, let's try going forward. All right, now, the other thing is I'm going to try to pay more attention than I did in the last episode of things. I was more worried about talking, and I was backing up into things and all kinds of stuff, or past things, and it was sort of a mess. So we're going to try to do a little better today. All right, is everybody coming along? Boy, it's hard to even see. I cleared out all the trees in this pocket. I think eventually I'm going to clear out those. We still have a fair amount of money, but I don't want to blow it too much on cutting trees because we still need to buy those rather expensive rail carts. So I have my spreadsheet, and this is, a thing that would move things along. What we need these for is we need to get this lumber up to the iron mine so that we can get some more iron ore so we can get some more rails. Now, do we have to do that? No, but I would like to, stock up the system. Really what I'd like to do is make enough money to buy these new rail cars we need. So I'm going to, rather than sell off lumber or sell things off, we might as well push our economy forward, which in the end means we're going to get a really big payday, right? So all these little paydays that we're getting are going to add up to a nice big payday. So these 2 are correct. Let's just make sure this one is. I don't want to go too fast here with all these cars. Let's see how we're doing back there. I don't anticipate a lot of problems here. Yep, that one's in the right direction. But when we get onto this hill, or before we get to this hill, we need to fix the top of that long bridge. That's where I cut myself off for my own thought. So that's where I think I lost the rail cars. And I'd like to see if, I don't think we can delete just part of that bridge, but if we can, I don't know, maybe we can just delete the top part. I'm not real sure how it went together, but I know it is just like a single long bridge. So let's get down there and I'll describe it better. little bit nervous about stopping on this hill, so I think I won't. Oops, should turn that down before I start talking. Glide up to the mouth of this valley here. Well, I guess this is the pass. We'll stop right in the pass here. And I think even right about here, we'll start applying the brakes, because I don't like the way this flattens out. Right, I think we could do a little bit better right in here. So this is going to start being some, yeah, this is going to be, and I think, you know, no matter what we do, we wouldn't destroy up past here. But see, right off the bat, like this dips down more quickly and then comes to a point here. So I think let's just correct that. Well, let's go down here and see what we're doing. This, because we might, I don't really plan on changing this whole thing, but I can see that we might change this thing. What I'm hoping to do maybe is actually bring it in a little bit closer, rather than make this more unrealistic with tons of gravel. Try to bring this in. I was looking at it a little bit. Yeah, this is, I think, where we're losing them. And I think we could probably just redo this, but I kind of want to redo it nice now that we have plenty of money. And I'm thinking, do we bring it over this way, like a little bit? Or even a lot? Can we, what happens if we just delete that top section of the bridge? I just can't see anything but trees. Right, is there a top section that's not going to delete the whole thing? Oh, that's right. We got to get rid of these. Yeah, we need to get rid of these first, and we'll see where it breaks. That's. I think there was. I think this is two pieces. No. Yeah, right there. Yeah, you know what? That's kind of perfect. Right? Because now we can try to, maybe if, I don't want to make it a whole lot steeper. I don't know how I can tell. Well, I guess I can tell from where it hits, right? Yeah, let's see what, I'm okay if it gets a little bit steeper because it'll just make the other part. How do we get back up there? Do we have to run all the way down the bottom, I guess? Can't jump that high. Yeah, you know what? Let me run across this side because there was some, if any place there was some trees I would take out now that we're a little bit flush with cash. Don't mind the idea of a few of these. Yeah, so you really don't want to fall off of a super long bridge, do you? I guess we could build a ramp up to there for construction purposes. And would that be a way to do this anyhow? Would we... Could you build a bridge inside or with the help of like regular ramps? Like, in other words, because it is hard to see exactly where your bridge is going. Leave that one, but just a few of these trees block my view when we're coming down there, I think. Yeah, so what I think I might do is just that. Let's see about putting just a gravel mound that we can then delete later on. But it'll give us a place to stand and work to try to make this bridge look a little better. Right now I just don't want to fall off. See, because the problem is you can't stand on this when you do your thing, right? So yeah, let's just run up there. We'll put this here, and then we'll, because it's so much wider at the bottom, I have no doubt I can delete it. Yeah, this is the other thing I want to measure. What is, oops, shift. Yeah, so if we did a 5 slope, that's probably about what we did. Do we want to take our chances on a 6 slope? Now, what does that do for us as far as See, what I'm picturing is that bridge. I think we'll do a 6 slope, right? I'll just put that there because this is what we're going to try to work off of. I guess this will work out. Right. Just this tree won't be in our way, but I'll get rid of it because we'll see well. So what I'm thinking we do is we start here with a 6 slope then, and a wooden bridge, but we go straight. But then as we get up towards that spot up there, all right. So guess that would it attach? Yeah, that's not what all of. I guess I don't get any like attachment thing there, huh? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, so if we bring it straight to about up here. So let's maybe a little bit further back. Let me look at what that is. Yeah, that's fine, I think. All right, so that's straight with that. Now we start our curve, which is going to be X or Y. That's the wrong way. See what. Yeah, well, that's really not quite what I was expecting, but I'm not sure what's going to happen when we. Yeah, that's. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I put it down on the ground. Okay, that's fine. X. Yeah, now let's see what happens when I click. Boom. Yeah, look how it swung us wider. Is that okay? I guess that's okay. You know, it's certainly, if you look, the whole point was to take a little bit more off of that turn right there. All right, so now let's go ahead and demolish this. See how it looks without that. You know, it's a little bit of a sweeping too far the other way thing, but I guess that could just be a little bit of the optics. And then let's just take this and see where we would go. Yeah, we'll do variable grade because we're at a 6 from this point, right? So we'll just go down 1. Oh, this is level, so yeah, we don't want to go. Let's go. Oops. All right, let's go a little bit at like a 4 as you come off the bridge. Is that? Yeah, we don't want it to be too big of a hump. Let's even do a little tiny bit like this at 5. And then let's go to 4. What? Yeah, we could probably meet right back up with that. Let me go struggling here with the keys. See, well, you know what? I think I might even just go to 3. 1. No. Let's go with 2. See what that looks like. All right. Let's demolish all of that. See what this looks like. Is it still tight, or is it? It's not going to be as tight as that was. That I can almost guarantee. Yeah, it's a little bit tight right there, isn't it? So we can bring that around a lot more gradually. Yeah, I'm okay with that because that's... I'm okay with that. That should be okay. We're just going to hug this corner. Get rid of some trees. Miss you. How much money do we have this week? Yeah, 4,200, which to give you an idea, if we were to get 3 of those tool box cars, the ones we need. So we'll fix this up. Yeah, let's see if we can meet up to that. So that was at least a 3 grade before, huh? Yeah, let's we'll go down. That there, does that look reasonable? I guess the best thing to do would be to start down here. Yeah, definitely can see that there's a hump up in it. But I'm kind of okay with that, to lessen that turn just that bit. Doesn't seem like a lot, but I think it'll be reasonably important. All right. So this one, I think... Yeah, is that... Come on. Guess it just has... It doesn't always hit the... Doesn't always have something to hit there. So I should probably start my turn. Wrong way. All right, we'll do at least one section with the... What? Really? Yeah. All right, let's see how that looks. Yeah, not too bad. I think we... Yeah, we sort of straightened out that little bit of a... See how we're off of the bridge a tiny bit? I think we straightened out that bit that swung out there, which wasn't much. Wouldn't have really been anything but a slight aesthetic thing. Yeah, I don't know what that was, huh? That's I think what's partially causing people problems. I don't know that there's anything there, but fortunately we're on a relatively straight spot. And I'll do this. I'll just kind of jump over that. There it is, right? I kind of took the difference and then jumped right over that spot, but there's some remnants being left there. I feel like this swings in a little bit too much. Maybe not. No, I think it looks okay from that side. Yeah, so we definitely made that a lot less, but it's still pretty sharp right here for all our doing. Yeah, let's. What I'm thinking of is, yeah, it's. Let me see. Let me go back a couple of these too. I'm gonna try to bring that one to the ground, even if it means I need to leave that bridge a little bit. Right, so we'll X, right? Yeah. We're gonna give it 2 X's. All right, so I brought that over just that much more onto this. Let's see how this. Don't want groundwork. See if I can make this. I don't want to curve that too much. Kind of a little bit more what I said I was going to do. When I said I was going to bring it all the way over, and then I kind of left it a little bit further to the right. I even had that thought myself when I was laying that down. There you go. That's ugly as sin with the weeds, but that's also like you're cutting out, right? The idea would be you want to hit these peaks in the hill there where it's, we maximized out our climbing in a sense. Made it smooth. Now let's just go up here and fix this little bit, which shouldn't take nearly as long. And I think that's because I've been having to slow down, coming up the hill. I'd like to be able to not have to slow down at that point. Now this kind of takes a funny turn from this point, doesn't it? Maybe even. All right, now this isn't really what I wanted to replace as far as the height goes. But it's this little dip right here that's. All right, we can match it up to here. Yep, perfect. Yeah, we'll match these two. It's probably easier to dive off into this one. All right, so we'll see if we can't make that a boatload smoother with a constant grade ramp. Yeah, I don't think. Well, let's do a variable grade. At least right here. All right, because let's just go see, can we. Yeah, that's pretty level. So we're coming in on a level right here. Well, let's just see what it is. Let's switch back to. I said constant grade, and then I think I hit variable grade. But let's just see. Let's do a 3. Two. Yeah, it was a 2. Or probably a 2, and then we went a little bit further with that, right? Does that look better? Did I swing it? Yeah, I don't. Let's see if we can't go straight next time. In other words, I want that. Why can't that just come straight down here? It doesn't need to go. Doesn't need to swing all wide right there. All right, so now this one will go right to a 2. All right, let's delete whatever that is. This and that. That's a lot more than I wanted to delete in a sense, but yeah, now my only issue is my railroad track up here. Yeah, you know what? It takes a turn, a little bit of one right here. I think I can delete that. You know what? Let me go. Let's do this all in one shot. Let me go finish that gravel. Not a bad idea to run up and down it like this, see what it's going to look like, and you can just follow. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a sharp turn right there. We can. I'll soften it. Yeah, we'll do another constant grade down to there. I think it's going to be at least a 3. Yeah, so we'll come out this way a little bit. Swing back around. Can't really see. Yeah, so that would be about as close as I think we're going to get. All right, might as well lay our track this way, see what it looks like. Try to do a nice job this time. Not that we didn't always try to do a nice job, but the skill levels have changed. Understanding levels have changed. Experience levels have changed. There you go. That's not sure that I'm in love with that, but go take a look. I'm not in love with it from the aesthetic point of view, right? It would be nice to have a weed eater. Yeah, but other than that, pretty reasonable. Like, you know, we hit that high spot right there. Does that look good through there? Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a lot better than it was. But maybe we can demolish that, make it look a little bit nicer. Even this one. Only problem is that it's kind of a pain to get it started. Well, yeah, I forget whether we let's do variable grade so we can follow it. All right, so I'll come back here, make an ugliness. Try to get that to start right at the right. Does that look? Yeah, it's. And so the whole point was to make this look better. I just wanted to check that height, that it was. No, you won't give me that little bit. There we go. Oh, let's give it a shot. Reverser brake. You know what? Brake F. Yeah, nothing registered on the scale. Means we'll throw another 5 more on. 48, we're in good shape. Make sure everybody starts coming with us. Takes a while for the back end of the train to move now. everybody seems to be coming along. Give it a little more juice to get done. I've got some trees a little bit close there I could have cut, but nothing too obnoxious. Yeah, that's the steep spot. So we should slow back down if we come off that little bit steeper. Once all the train cars are off of that. Now, that looks pretty cool, actually. I do wish you could cut into the, lower the ground in some spots. That would be a nice option. Yeah, it is a little bit herky-jerky there, isn't it? Yeah, they're kind of rising and lowering. I guess that's because we didn't stay on the flat gravel path, but as long as we don't lose cars there. And I'm okay with coming down this hill, relatively slowly. It's a heck of a hill for our little Porter number 2. And then I don't think I've changed the signaling right up ahead, so we're gonna have to stop. But I think my last trip was to get lumber before we had the fiasco of no more firewood for free. We had to stop everything, but that was a good amount of money we made from dropping off all that cordwood. And I did bring more cordwood down to the smelter here, so that's good to go. The only thing we need to do to get more rails going is the iron ore. And we should have about 46 up there. So if I can take 2 of these loads that are going to be worth 24 iron ore each, all right, 24 boards. Yeah, let's just let this thing come to a natural stop at 44 break. Right, so we're going to bring 24 sets of lumber and beams up with each one of these trains. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do that, because I could take just 2 trips. If I only had the 10 rail cars, which I had the last time, then it would be, getting just confusing on the whole mathematics. And I was like, well, look at that. We have, 46. If I can bring up 2 more 24 loads with 12 cars. Oh, what did I do? It was the right direction, and I'm talking. See, there we go. I said I wasn't going to talk so much because I messed things up. And then I was going to mess that up, right? Make double check. So anyway, so these 2 more loads. So we'll do this load together, and then we'll see, and we can look for other things. Like, see the way that is? That really could be straightened out too, couldn't it? Yeah, maybe maybe not. Maybe that's the whole thing. Maybe could be straightened out, like from all the way down there could be brought over this way. Let's say it's not really causing us problems. One of the reasons we fixed that other thing is it was causing problems. We got enough firewood, I think, enough heat. See what I mean? That could be straightened out. Come just straighter into here, I think. Maybe I should start making a list. This whole thing in here could probably be straightened out a bit too. Gonna try to hold my speed past this turn here, like keep it at 45 so we get. That's pretty smooth, I think. I'm sure this signals. Yep. Yeah, because I don't know how well we would do having to switch this signal. That's going to be tough duty pulling this many cars up here. It's going to come up at some point. We're giving her 81%. But she's doing it. Too soon. We're still. I'm forgetting that we have so many cars down the hill. Huh? Yeah, look at that. One little mistake kind of kills you. You know, we're cutting through water. You know, like this whole way, doing 80-some%. I think we could also make this turn a lot better. We seem to have all of our cars. It takes a while to count them. Okay, we made it. We didn't lose any cars, so that's good. Like I said, we may have fixed the one spot that we were doing that. Now the other thing we're going to need to do here is unload an awful lot of cars. Let's see how... I think when it comes to these, definitely heavier than we have been. The amount of braking. That's the other thing to be careful about is... Yeah, you know what? Is that... I think that's going to count it. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so we have 0 and 0, so that's another nice thing is that I did manage to zero it out somehow. Do this by eyeball, but at some point, what I did the last time was I just pulled to the very last one and then marked them all out. I'm not too worried about these. I can see these. What I mean, do we just pull around to the very last... the very last beam car and then just do a nice job of just marking every single one, right? Even though that first trip will be a pain, then it's not like you're... Otherwise, you're actually trying to have to line it up 8 times, you know? So we'll have 8 separate cars. Now this we could make sure this is lined up. Because I think these are properly spaced. It's only that lumber mill where they're like off a half a car, so you can't... Like, in other words, if we line up this perfectly, then this is also lined up pretty well. Like, let's see, like that. So the same mark here works for the next. And it also works for the beams. Let's just drop off the last of this. Oh, you know what? We went right past our water thing, too, didn't we? Wasn't real smart. So we'll go to this one. No, that's too far. Something's... Yeah, let's count it. So that's kind of works out too. Look, we can drop off all of those. So we really should consider how we load this to be able to, because if we come up with 24 beams and try to unload those first, they won't fit. Right, so there is a logic to trying to make sure you drop off your 24 lumber and then drop off your, because it'll start using up the beams and you can get them all in there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all the way down and try to get the last car close to this thing. See it. It's one of the reasons I cut down the trees by the sawmill. We might be cutting some more trees down. As long as we get close, we can. It's not too hard. It's just a bunch of running back and forth. See, I can't see. Yeah. Try to get it as close as we. Not the last one. No, I think. See, I think that one. Okay, let's go a little bit further because I can see the writing right up here, right? So, what? Oh, we got the brake one. Oh no, really? Really, full throttle isn't doing anything? Oh, we're derailed. Where are we? Is that just too tight a turn? What's going on here? Let's try to go backwards a little bit. We come up here like 100 times. No. Yeah, do we have to make this more gradual? We're kind of running out of room to go too much more gradual. 58, but should probably, while we had it stopped, I probably should have just gone and cut these trees. That would have been smart. That, I think, should be relatively close. Now, we're going to have a problem with this turn stopping on it, you know. Some of these trees, because they block my view from the other way. That was a pretty good guess, wasn't it? Yeah, I think if we pull forward like a quarter of a car length, we would be spot on. That'll probably even work, but let's just pull. We need to do this. Plus, I'm a little concerned about what's going on here with this turn. Is this going to be a problem if we're stopping in this all the time, you know? Should be. See that? Look how far back that's moving. Yeah, that's sort of a little bit of a problem. You kind of want to probably be pretty accurate, right? So if I had to judge, we could go a little bit further forward. I mean, I'm not going to, because this is going to be. Right, that's going to be fine. So we're starting to make how much iron ore do we have? 46, as the chart says, so it's good. I remembered to. So now we have to go and mark all of these. What I'm thinking of, and again, we'll probably try to hit. You know, we'll probably try to get them just a little bit further forward, right? As opposed to, and it's not that exacting, but mistakes tend to compound, right? If I don't put it right in the middle this time, then next time it's going to be that much. Then I'm a little bit sloppy about where I park the next time. It'll be. So we're going to try to get up in the air rather quickly. Yeah, that should be a nice height. And then we'll just stay at that height. It's just not that different than the ground anyway. Well, that's a little bit of a shame. It's probably going to make that hillside look like heck, right? Yeah. All right, so then, of course it fell right in the car. Oops, I didn't mean to get in there. All right, so we would want to go a little bit further forward as opposed to backwards. So we'll go, in this case, like that. A little bit further forward. A little hard to judge on these turns where you should put it. It's a lot of rail cars we have here. My fingers are getting tired just putting down the markers for all of them. I guess I might as well put one here since I did all the rest. I'm not sure which good that does being so close. Well, there we go. So that's that. Let's see how it goes. That one could be a little closer. You know, as a matter of fact, yeah, it's fine. It's in the middle of the right. And even though that was a little bit more work, now whenever we come up, we probably didn't even need to do all these. I guess unless one day we brought in an entire beam train, which I really don't see us doing much, you know. It's really not going to be that big a thing to do once you get out of balance. And plus, especially the way it worked out with those 10 cars was actually kind of perfect, because it was annoying me that we had that extra 3 lumber, right? Well, now we don't. Which kind of came in handy, right? Because we put 24 lumber in here. Boom. Now we're going to do this, right? It worked out, you know, perfectly. Though I don't know why they're being quite so tight on the spacing there. That's being a little harsh for limited reasoning, I guess, but I'm not sure why you couldn't have at least 2 drop-offs worth, like, say 50 and 50 or something. Ooh, brakes. Oh, look at that. We just derailed. Ooh, we better get down there before that. Yeah, this turn is not. Yeah, let's stop. Well, let's unload this one. Let's get reattached. So why did we derail? We derailed right here. Yeah, so you know what I'm thinking of is, yeah, do we just swing that much wider? Well, let's we need to go get water anyway. Let's see, can we re-rail this guy? A place that's, I don't know how well that went, but you derailed. No. So let's see if we can't get reattached. Got a link in there. Lost our thing entirely here. Link in here. No link here. See if we can't get these pushed together and then go get this fixed before we run out of time, which is getting to be a little bit of a tall order. 4 minutes. But that's a bummer too. We just got all those things laid out. Yeah, look at that. It's just not even wanting to push it. Getting stuck like right there. We have to go get water anyway, so I'm thinking, well, maybe we should just call the episode here, right? Let's get this brake on. Kind of hitting those a little bit harder than I would like. Smush those together a tiny bit. There we go. Yeah, maybe we call it an episode here, just because rather than trying to rush it, I definitely make mistakes. Oops. There we go. Definitely make more mistakes when I'm rushing. We'll just get this out of the way and then we'll... There we go. From here, we could be all right? I could get some of this more off of here. Let's take the brake off. Yeah, so we just put up all these fancy, fancy markers. Might as well unload what we can. We'll back all the way back out of here as we do it. I'll get some water in it. Well, I guess, you know what, I could leave those things there. I bet you I could just put, because I do plan on swinging the track around that way a little bit more. But I think I can just delete them if they're really annoying after the fact. Because I don't think they don't stick up above the height of the track, so they're not gonna hurt the train. There we go. Oops. Double F'd. Got in and out too quick. There we go. So good. So now, not good. Oh, you know what we need to do? No, the switch over there should be fine, right? Because we came in this way, so we don't need to switch that. Yeah, I wouldn't think that would be such a bad turn. But I guess it's just a little bit too tight. And maybe it's just too tight for doing all that gymnastics on it too, right? If we were just, because I've come up here 100 times, and it could be the impact of these extra cars, right? It's that much more stress. It's just got to be that much better if you got that many more cars you're pulling, which is good. I like that because that says the physics at least works that well. The physics is, you know, reasonable in this game. I mean, for not being real life, I like it. It's a good computer attempt at physics. It's fun to play in, even though the trees do shoot up in the sky a little bit in an odd way. And I would say this too, having just driven 12 cars up here. If you're brand new to this, even if you have the money, you need to get better. You know what I'm saying? Before you try to do 12 cars, because you're going to run into issues like this, and they're going to be a mess. And so there we go. So we have a little bit of a project for the beginning of the next episode already planned out. Yeah, so a bad spot, like if I'm coming around here looking, yeah, you know what? I guess it does just get a little bit too tight. Yeah, and then see how that's kind of sharp right there? Like that's just too tight. So we're gonna. Well, there you go, guys. A 12-car train did make it up here with some rail improvements. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.